Oh, friends, some mornings on television feel routine. Coffee steaming, lights warming, producers counting down from 10. And then there are mornings when the air shifts. The kind where you can feel something unscripted pressing against the edges of a polished broadcast. That was the feeling surrounding Savannah Guthrie in early February 2026. The headlines about her mother's disappearance had already weighed heavily on viewers, and the usual rhythm of morning TV felt different, quieter, almost reverent. When Jenna Hager finally addressed the tension live on air, it didn't feel like gossip or spectacle. It felt human, raw, complicated, not a ratings stunt, not a viral grab, just one woman trying to speak honestly about another during an unbearably fragile time, and that honesty, imperfect and emotional, is what truly caught people's attention. Jenna Hager at 44. At 44, Jenna Hager stands in a season of reinvention. She's grown from a spirited first daughter into a confident broadcaster, author, and mother of 3. The laughter is still there, bright and unmistakable, but it carries experience now. Life in the public eye has shaped her in ways few can understand. Born to George W. Bush and Laura Bush, Jenna grew up balancing private lessons with very public scrutiny. Mistakes were magnified, achievements were debated, yet she carved out her own path, first through teaching, then writing, and finally, television. By the time she became a permanent fixture on Today, she had already learned how to laugh at herself and lean into vulnerability. That vulnerability, not polish, is what defines her now. Savannah Guthrie's quiet strength. If Jenna is warmth and spontaneity, Savannah Guthrie is steadiness and resolve. Born in Australia and raised in Arizona, she built her journalism career with discipline and precision. From local reporting to the anchor desk at NBC, her path was paved with long nights, relentless preparation, and an unshakable commitment to fairness. Viewers see composure when she moderates debates or interviews world leaders. What they don't always see is the emotional weight behind that composure. Savannah has spoken openly in recent years about fertility struggles, health challenges, and the complicated balancing act of motherhood and career. Faith has anchored her through each season. She does not perform resilience, she practices it quietly. That difference matters when understanding the depth behind recent events. The loss that shifted. Everything, the disappearance and death of Savannah's mother, Nancy, struck at the core of that resilience. Nancy had been her foundation, the voice on the other end of late-night calls, the quiet encourager behind every milestone. When tragedy interrupts a family like that, it reshapes everything. Grief doesn't unfold neatly, especially under public scrutiny. For Savannah, the mourning process happened beneath studio lights and social media timelines. She chose dignity over detail, privacy over spectacle. Viewers saw brief statements, a trembling voice, controlled emotion. What they may not have seen was the exhaustion behind the scenes. Losing a parent at any age leaves a hollow space. Losing one publicly magnifies the ache. The weight of legacy, memory, and unanswered questions lingers long after headlines fade. A friendship forged in studio lights. Jenna and Savannah's friendship grew organically inside Studio 1A. What began as professional collaboration gradually deepened into sisterhood. They supported each other through career transitions, motherhood milestones, and personal setbacks. Morning television demands chemistry, but genuine connection cannot be scripted. Over time, Their laughter felt less rehearsed and more lived in. They showed up for each other's families. They celebrated births and book launches. They navigated industry shakeups together. That shared history is why Jenna's emotional on-air reflection felt significant. It wasn't commentary from a distance. It was the voice of someone who has witnessed both the public poise and the private tears. Real friendship includes moments of misunderstanding, growth, even tension, but at its heart, it is built on shared trust. What was actually said, despite online exaggerations, Jenna's words were not an attack or accusation. They were a confession of shared humanity. She spoke about a moment years earlier when both women felt overwhelmed, when professional pressure and personal doubt collided. Jenna admitted she once struggled with insecurity about earning her place. Savannah, she said, encouraged her to stand tall and own her voice. It was not a scandalous revelation. It was a reminder that even successful women question themselves. And this so-called truth bomb was simply this: they are not flawless. They have disagreed. They have misread each other, but they have also chosen grace repeatedly. That honesty resonated because it reflected what many friendships experience privately: conflict followed by growth. The media frenzy and its limits. In today's digital culture, nuance rarely survives. Headlines amplify tension. Social media fragments context. A heartfelt reflection can be twisted into rivalry within minutes. View counts soar, speculation spreads. But behind every trending topic are real people navigating real emotions. Jenna's words were clipped and replayed, often without the gentleness that framed them. Meanwhile, Savannah remained focused on mourning her mother. It is easy to forget that television personalities are not characters in a drama. They are individuals, balancing careers with profound personal experiences. The temptation to dramatize their lives says more about our appetite for spectacle than about the reality. Sometimes the truest story is far quieter than the noise surrounding it. Grief, growth, and middle age. Honesty. There is something about midlife that invites reflection. At 44, Jenna seems less interested in perfection and more interested in authenticity. At 54, Savannah embodies composure shaped by loss and wisdom. Their conversation, imperfect and emotional, reflected that stage of life. It acknowledged that friendship evolves, careers shift, priorities clarify. Both women have endured public criticism and private heartbreak. Both have chosen to stay, to grow, to speak honestly even when it feels risky. Grief often strips away performance. It reminds us what matters. In sharing a vulnerable memory, Jenna did not diminish Savannah. She honored their shared journey. And Savannah's quiet response, gratitude rather than defensiveness, reinforced the strength of their bond. Beyond headlines and hashtags, what remains after the buzz fades is something simpler. Two women who have walked alongside each other through extraordinary circumstances. They have weathered ratings wars, industry transitions, parenting chaos, and now profound loss. The real story is not rivalry. It is endurance. It is choosing loyalty over ego. It is recognizing that even anchors need anchoring. Nancy's legacy, Savannah has said, was kindness and faithfulness. In many ways, those values echo through this moment. The friendship between Jenna and Savannah mirrors the lessons Nancy lived. Be honest, be gentle, stand by those you love. That kind of truth does not explode like a grenade. It settles like light, steady and enduring. The truth at 44 If there is a takeaway from this season, it may be this. Telling the truth at 44 looks less like exposing secrets and more like embracing vulnerability. Jenna's reflection was not about exposing Savannah. It was about acknowledging shared imperfection. Savannah's response was not about image control. It was about grace. Together, they modeled something rare in modern media: authenticity without cruelty. Grief will continue to shape Savannah's journey. Growth will continue to shape Jenna's. And viewers, if we are willing, can learn from both. The most compelling stories are not the ones built on scandal. They are the ones rooted in resilience, friendship, and the courage to speak gently when the world expects noise.